Oh boy, that drop sure was steep. Steep is an extreme sports game made by Ubisoft and released back in 2016. It's an open world game set in the snowy mountains, and has gameplay that replicates how it feels to play the 8 different sports available. From how the gameplay looks and feels, it's basically Skate 3, but cold.
Freeze!
Okay, real talk, I find Steep to be quite addicting. It surprises me sometimes. Even when recording clips for this video, I'd be searching for a nice spot to showcase some gameplay, and before I know it, boom, I just completed 5 gold medals. Maybe it's because of the music that plays, or it could be the lighting. But every now and then, I get that urge to come back and play Steep again. And after thinking about it, I think I know why. Steep is a game that has a little bit of something for everyone. What I mean by that is that you are able to choose the experience. It can be relaxing, or extremely frustrating. Now there are a lot of ways to traverse the snowy hills in Steep. You got walking, skis, parachutes, parachute skis,
Incoming!
base jumping, sleds, wingsuits, rocket wingsuits,
Come on!
and
Help!
snowboarding.
Yeah! Ha! Check it out! Incoming! Oh yeah! Wicked! Sweet! Yes! Woohoo! Hey! Yeah! Bang! Woohoo! You seeing this?
Yeah, you can tell I only play on the snowboard.
Look at me, ma! Ah! Medic!
But what makes each of these sports stand out isn't just how they look, it's how they feel to control. For example, when you're using the sled, you can lose balance and fall off either by turning too sharply or going too fast and losing control. The game also takes G-force into account. If you do a jump but land in a way that doesn't match the slope of the ground, or your boards are facing the same direction as you are, your character will suffer some whiplash. This simple feature adds another layer of gameplay to Steep. When you're in a race against time, you will have to pay attention to make sure the boards are aligned nicely to avoid whiplash or suddenly crashing. But let's take a break from the gameplay and have a look at the art, the vibe, the best part about the game, the... When you start playing, it's abundantly clear that the landscapes are extremely immersive and diverse. You have areas that include race paths, ramps, forests, leaping points, buildings and such. But the most noticeable detail is directly on where you are standing. The snow. When you make contact with the snow, it leaves a little path on the ground. In fact, anything that touches the ground will leave a small pathway. This level of detail goes even further when your character falls flat on the snow. Obviously, your character will get snow all over themselves, but after a while, you can also see the snow will also start to melt away. Fun fact, there's a small little town that's covered in snow. I like to go there and just ride around for fun.
Forward! Go, go, go! Charge! Here we go! Screaming eagle! Ah! Pain is weakness. Okay. Damn it! Right? No. Left, left! Charge! Oh no! Ah! Oh! Medic!
All these aspects merge to create an incredible scenery that invokes calmness. But what if you don't want to be calm? What if you hate being calm? What if instead of relieving stress, you want to feel even more stress? Then you will have to do... throughout the open world maps, there are challenges that will give you medals upon completion. Most of the challenges are straightforward. You have some basic ones like following a line or beat the timer.
Cheers, mate!
Of course, these will be ranked from easy to hard, so the learning curve isn't too steep. Now let's talk about the trick system. There's a lot of tricks. Okay, hang on. The game doesn't just leave you to figure everything out. Okay, maybe it does. But you will slowly be introduced to certain mechanics like how to jump and do a roll. What's that? You're still struggling? Here's a quick tip for those who may find it difficult to earn points doing tricks. Did you know that when you're in the air, left trigger and right trigger can be pressed to grab the board, with each trigger corresponding to each hand? When you're doing flips, try to spin as many times before you land. You will keep spinning as long as you're holding your joystick. Just make sure to stop spinning before you land. And if you want to learn how to do even more tricks, or see the different inputs, here's a directory for the snowboard and skis made by ratatouille on Reddit. We owe you our thanks. This is actually my favorite feature.
Medic!
This simple implementation allows you to view your past runs. Caution, if you leave the game without saving your playbacks, the game will automatically delete them. So if you want to keep an awesome run or a cool trick you pulled off, go over to an existing path, hit actions, and then save.
Okay, mate.
Oh, I also have a little challenge for you, especially for those who are starting out. Save a replay of any challenge and come back to do it after a while to compare your progress.
Steady, steady. Oof, there you go.
To be honest, half of what I do in Steep now is just writing down a track, pull some tricks, and watch the replay but in different angles. Now in case you're wondering, I've dedicated an entire section of this video to the playback feature mainly because of how it made recording this video so much easier. Not just in practice but in theming as well. I want to keep my videos to be casual, but the way I play games sometimes I end up capturing the paranoia or competitive sweaty behavior some games provoke, or that I just suck at a game. With Steep, you have multiple angles and multiple weather conditions to customize to your liking. All these options added so much variety to the footage that it made both recording and editing this video that much more enjoyable. And so, we've reached the end of this video. I thank you all for sticking to the end. If you like how the game looks, then feel free to get it on Ubisoft Connect or Steam. They go on sale for a very affordable price. And if you like the video, then here's a sneak peek into my next video ideas. I'll try to upload weekly with some short or bonus videos here and there. Comment on what games I should try to review next. And make sure it's an optimized game that can run on a potato laptop. I don't want anyone coming in like, oh, you should review Spider-Man 2 next. Guess what? I already tried, and I can't. This is what Spider-Man 1 looks like to even have more than 20 FPS. You tell me you want to watch 20 minutes of yapping with this as a background?
Scout! I am going to kill you!
No!
So hopefully I see you all next week, and until then, try not to fall off cliffs that are too steep.